Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
What is going on, Shonda? Thank you for your donation. Let's Talk, otherwise known as, Catherine. Welcome and thank you for your donation. Joe's Mystics, thank you for your donation. Mel, thank you for being a member. I appreciate that. Joe, let's see, KSW, what is going on? Good to see you. Andrew, how are you doing today? Shonda, how are you doing? DC, Veronica, KSW, everybody's here tonight. All right, let's get started with the reads. It's Saturday night. We're feeling all right. Shonda, will I receive the unemployment next month? Let's find out how that is going to go. Go to the Tarot Tower and see what good things we could pull from the Tarot Tower tonight. See what kind of activities, action, all the good stuff we have. I'm going to go with the Light Seers. I mean, if we're just going to sort of warm up tonight, right? A little bit of a warm up. The Light Seers is the way to go indeed. Now, let's see if we're going to get a little unemployment next month. See if that's going to be a thing. Sunflower, welcome. How you doing? Good to see you. All right, unemployment next month. Hopefully, Ace of Pentacles says yeah. The Empress says yeah. I mean, it's looking pretty good. Overall, I'll go with a thumbs up on that. It does look like we're going to receive the unemployment next month. Of course, though, entertainment purposes only. This is an entertainment venue. I'm just saying. Ace of Pentacles points us to the yes realm. Yeah? I mean, the Ace of Pentacles points us to receiving money, getting something started, getting something that is going to be stable, getting something that is going to make us a little bit better, you know, as far as it goes, a little bit better on the front of cash. So Ace of Pentacles does say we're getting a little bit of that fat cash in there. There's you, and I mean, there's the unemployment office. I mean, there's you, there's the unemployment office. It's looking pretty good. I mean, it's looking fairly decent. So I would say yes. Ecto, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Five of Cups says that you need more, though. This is not going to cover everything kind of thing. This is something where you still need a little bit more. And it does come sort of delayed. And you're just thinking, how long are they possibly going to take? Well, they're going to take quite a while. Five of Cups is a little bit of a disappointment, even though that we end up getting it. Lady Vegas, welcome. Bartman, what's going on? Empress overall says, yes, again, we're getting something that brings us joy. We're getting something that brings us what we need. We're getting satisfied. We're getting satiated. We're starting a new beginning, starting a new birth. And again, that is going to be with the unemployment and whatnot. So it's looking pretty good. Overall, I'm going to say yes. Mel and Sarah, welcome to the stream. Thank you for your donation. Cheryl, hello. How are you doing? Catherine, will I move in a new place before the 1st? Let's find out about that. Let's stick with the Light Seers. Light Seers gets the job done tonight. I'm just saying, it gets everything that you need, and it wraps it up into a nice little package. And that's kind of, you know, where you need to be at the end of the day. All right. Will I move into the new place before the 1st? World, Hierophant, and the Empress. That's a lot of majors. That's a lot of majors indeed. So I think if that's going to be a thumbs up as well, looking pretty good for getting in there, right? The World, that is such a great place. Moving into a place, getting into a place that's going to be comfortable. It's going to be what we need. It's going to be where we need. The World does that, right? You have this security of sort of the wreath that is around us, the house that is around us, the new place. We're able to move into that. The Hierophant, everything just sort of works out, right? With the authorities that are going to be doing the coordination, the people that are going to be helping us, etc. The Hierophant says everything works out, everything culminates into a good thing and where we need it to be. The Hierophant says absolutely yes. And the Empress, again, the new creation, the new thing, getting into this new place, starting a new life, getting all of this stuff done. A lot of majors, all the majors are good. It looks fantastic. Catherine, we're going with yes. We're going with a yes. I think that is a fantastic thing going on over there. All right, Joe's Mystics wants to know, did I make the right choice leaving the ex? Joe's making the big moves tonight. Joe's making the big moves tonight. They're coming in, they're ditching the ex, they're starting over. I'm just saying, getting new opportunities in there. I'm going to go I'm going to go with this one. A little bit of the art tarot. It has been a hot minute. It has been a hot minute since we have done this deck indeed. I'm going to go. What am I doing? I'm going to go. I pressed too many buttons. I got excited and I pressed too many buttons and everything's going haywire. Damaris, thank you for your donation. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Okay, let's do that. Where's my art? Oh, here it is. All right, Revival Art Tarot is going to be it, right? It is going to be it. This is the one to use tonight. This is the one that everybody enjoys. Everybody's like, what was that deck? I mean, you know, what was that deck? What is happening? Joe's Mystic knows. Did I make the right choice leaving the X? Let's find out that. Let's find out. KD's coming in, cashing the check from last night. Miss T. Lee, what is going on? How are you doing tonight? All right, KD, we got you covered, my friend. We got you covered. Now, we had to leave the X. We had to ditch them. We had to exit stage left. Is that going to be the most prudent thing to do here? Is that going to be a good idea? Ace of Wands, Eight of Coins, and the Ten of Coins says, yeah. It says, yeah. It says leaving is not a half bad idea in this case, okay? Just saying. How much work are you willing to put up with? How much work are you willing to put out, put forth, and get done, right? Val Mary, welcome to the stream, and thank you for your donation. I'm just saying, the Eight of Coins. Making this work, Joe. Making it work, it's going to be a long process. It's going to be a painful process. This is going to be something that takes a lot of work to get back the happy home, happy family. I think leaving looks a little bit better overall. Why do we say that? Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a new fiery beginning. And sometimes that's what you need. You need another chance. You need a new beginning. You need something that's going to be like that. Miss Teeley, thank you for your donation. Just saying that Ace of Wands says, yes, this is something that needs action. You need to prompt and get some things done. A lot of times things just don't work out. And that's the case here. It just seems like that. Ace of Wands says we need that new beginning. That's going to be the right choice for you indeed. Joe Mystics, I'm going to say that is a yes. That is a yes indeed. Ecto, is Danny ghosting me? All right, let's find out. If I'm going to ghost you, I'm going to use the art tarot. I'm going to stick with it. YouTube user knows. Thank you for your donation. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's what we say in Texas. If you're not from Texas, we do actually say we appreciate you. That's not just a movie thing. That's not just a TV show thing. That really exists. Okay, is Danny ghosting me? Is Danny getting away? Is Danny making the grade? Stacy, welcome to the stream. The Sun, the Four of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Ooh, indeed. That's a massive thumbs up. We got to see. Whoa, yo, welcome. What's going on? We got to see. Look at that. Look at this. This is interesting. We're ghosting you. Here's Danny. He's actually leaving. Ecto, here's Danny. Danny's right here. They're leaving. They're getting that space. And you're like, no, don't leave it. He's like, I got to go. No, don't. I got to go. I got to leave. I got to get out of here because this may be the situation. Situation may be something I didn't want to sign up with in the first place. This is something I'm not excited about. I'm not thrilled about it at all. Paula, welcome to the stream. That Four of Cups are being offered something I just don't want. What am I going to do? I have to take some action, and the action is ghosting you indeed. You're like, don't go. He's like, I got to go. Don't go. That's the way it goes, right? The Sun. There are better opportunities on the other side. There are going to be things that are going to be a little bit better on the other side of that realm, a little bit on the other side, and that's where they're headed, into the sunlight, into that, and they are ghosting you indeed. I'm just saying. Sometimes you get ghosted, sometimes you get a ghost. I don't know. Mel wants to know what general or what's next for me and my sons. Let's find out how that is going to go. I'm going to use the white fly. I'm not shy tonight. We're going to use the white fly. It's been a hot minute since we've done it, but a lot of people enjoy the white fly. By the way, I just got like a gazillion tarot decks, and we are going to unbox them. We're starting with the Tarot of Oppositions, my friends. That's the one that everyone was hyped about for good reason, And that is the one that is coming out the first. I need to get that filmed. I need to get it finished filming. Anyway, what's up for me and my son? Let's find out. The Tower, Six of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, kind of iffy here. If you want to get excited about it, that's fine, right? We do need some change in our lives. We do need some things shaken up. we do need some things that are going to be a little bit different than, kind of what they've been before, right? You don't want to sort of have the same thing as you had before. You want something a little bit different. The Tower brings the action. The Tower brings that instability. I think sometimes the instability needs to be there. It is a moment where we need to be shaken up so we can move into the next thing. We need to be a little bit on the other side of, challenges. We need to have that because maybe we need to be in a process of rebuilding. The Tower is a rebuilding card. And that's one of the ones that it's one of the ones that you have to focus on what you're rebuilding and how you're rebuilding it, because that's where you want to be at the end of the day, is for a rebuilt structure that's going to be better, more stable, and overall, it's going to be a little bit better than before. That's why we have the Six of Wands, because a lot of times when you see the Tower, you see death, you see these cards that are like really challenging. At the end of the day, you got to understand these cards are important because they bring in a fresh, it's like when it rains, right? You have that rain smell because everything's clean. All the stuff is out of the air. Everything is cleaned up. And the Six of Wands says it's going to be successful. It's going to be something where you can rebuild. We can sort of restart it at there. King of Pentacles ultimately says your goal is not very far off. It's not like night and day right now. It's not like a huge distance. It's not that far. It's just something you need to reach for and need to go for, and you need to stretch and get it done. Carly, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. Sarah wants to know about the next 2 months, and then we're going to hop on to KD's question from last night and get her done. Get her done, KD. KD, welcome back to the stream. I'm just saying. It's good to see you. DC, like the deck I want to see. It was my, okay, I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint now that the Tarot of Oppositions, in my view, could be the deck of the year. It could be the deck of the year. I'm just saying. And I'm going to go into the reasons when I review it, because I'm just saying the Tarot of Oppositions is one of the few decks I'm going to go ahead and buy a second copy of it because I'm going to use it that much. I think that the idea, the innovation with it is really, 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 really good. All right. Next 2 months, Sarah, let's get her done. King of Wands. There is some things catching up to you. You know what I mean? It's catching up to you. This is a time to where some of the things that you've been trying to maybe dodge, some of the things you've been trying to avoid, I think they're coming back. They're catching up. They're bringing it back in. You have a lot of action, a lot of interesting things going to happen in the next 2 months. We have the Hierophant. We have the Devil. We have the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. It's almost like maybe this could involve a relationship. It's kind of cool. Maybe this could involve a relationship. You got the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Mario, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Poe is the deck of the year. That's the truth. That's the truth. Hierophant kind of brings a weird spin on the whole thing, right? Because you are looking at maybe a connection that is unexpected, a connection that just hasn't been there before, something that's sort of cool. The King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. These are two very powerful cards. These are two cards that will butt heads. It's like, two goats in the mountains or whatever, just like, pooh, These are two that could butt heads. So if you do have a connection in the next 2 months, this is looking at something that it is a little bit challenging. It's not going to go perfectly smooth. There's going to be maybe some arguments. There's going to be some things that, just don't work out as they go through there. But the Devil is one of the most interesting parts about the next 2 months. It does say that there are some influences that are catching up with you again. And again, these are some things that maybe we have dodged, maybe we have avoided, had a little bit of that dynamic action as it goes. But overall, things are just coming to catch up with us at the end, especially in the next 2 months. Hierophant and the Devil, something serious that is a little bit different than what it looks. It's a little bit different than how it appears on the surface, meaning there are some deep things happening in the background that you may not be aware of. It may be on the surface level, it looks like this, but on the deeper level, it looks completely different. Anyway, next 2 months are going to be interesting. Again, butting heads with a connection. Some things that you've been trying to dodge are going to come back, definitely. And you almost have like something that looks one way, but it is a different way. And it seems to be more serious than it actually is until you sort of dive into it. And then everything starts to make sense as it goes through. Anyway, Sarah, I hope that makes sense. All right, now let's see. We're going to go to KD. KD had a question hosted by Christina, the hostess with the mostest. We got Nine of Pentacles Spirits Promise for the last 2 years. How many more spiritual lessons are left until I receive the Nine of Pentacles Spirit I promised for the last 2 years? Let's find out. Curly Cookie, thank you for your other donation. Coming in with the double shot donations tonight. Tonight, it is action-packed, my friends. It is where it is at. All right. We're going to use the Thoth derivative. The Thoth derivative, otherwise known... It's a Rosetta Tarot. That is what it's going to be tonight. My friends, that is what it's going to be. We got Mary coming in with a PayPal donation. Mary, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Mary, let me know what your question is. What your question is indeed. All right. Question for Christine. So how many more spiritual lessons are left until I get my moment, until I get that Nine of Pentacles? I mean, a lot of people are promised the Nine of Pentacles, just don't get delivered. How many more do I have to put up with? Ace of Cups, it's close. It's closer than you think. This is not something that's going to take a long time. How do we know that? Okay. You got the ace and the ace. And of course, if you have read the book called Tarot Guidance, this is my book, 235 pages of amazing info, 8.5 by 11. It's a massive book, full color, glossy pages, thick, beautiful. Link in the description. Link in the description. This is my book. This is my book that's going to explain my tarot reading system, what I do, how I do it, and whatnot. Check it out. All right. How many more spiritual lessons are left? Not many. Again, there's your 10 of Cups. There's your 2 of Cups. I think one of the things sort of in this mode is a connection, or getting the connection to the right guy, getting the connection where it needs to be, understanding what the world, the universe wants you to know. Because I think there are messages coming out. You know what I mean? There are messages coming through. Triple Moon Goddess, welcome to the stream. But you got an ace and an ace separated by the 10. There is something coming very soon. I don't think that's a lot of spiritual lessons. In fact, I think it just feels like that just having a spirit guide, having another guide is really going to be a boost to that. And that's what we say with the 2 of Cups. Following our guide's action, following our guide's lead is going to get us there, but I don't think it's very far at all. Ace and an ace with the 10 of Cups, right? The 2 actions, the 2 initiations that we have, the 2 things that we are chasing with that are sort of guided by the 10 of Cups, or the end goal, right? The happy home out there, beautiful home, beautiful family, etc. That is going to be our, kind of where we need to be at the end of the day. And I think that's where you are going to end up. I really think that's where you are going to end up. So I don't think it's very many more. I don't think you got long to go. I think you're at the line. I think you're at that line of about to get the reward. All right. Damaris, my husband, wants to move to another state. Is this going to be a good idea? I'm not sure. Let's find out. By the way, who is Mary? Mary, is that going to be Cheryl? Cheryl, are you Mary? I mean, your name's not Mary, but I don't know. Anyway, Mary donated over PayPal. Let me know what your question is. I appreciate it. Your name is Mary. Pipe up and let me know. Pipe up and let me know in the meantime. Mo Doc, thank you for your donation. We are going to find out for Damaris. The husband wants to move to another state. That's a big move. That is, I'm just saying, that is not a move to play with. That is one of those moves that you got to take pretty seriously once you start getting into the different states and whatnot. All right, Mary, there's Mary. What is going on, Mary? Let me know what your question is. I appreciate you don't know on the PayPal. Thank you so much. All right. Husband wants to move to another state. Is going to be a good idea. Ecto, thank you for your donation. Death. I think so. You got death. You got the 5 Pentacles, Devil, and the 6 of Wands. Now, this is not a smooth move. This is not something that goes perfectly smooth. You just sort of glide in there and then everything works out, right? This is not one of those. This is not the freebie, as I call it. The freebie is where we make a jaunt into something else, and then all of a sudden, we just get the reward. All of a sudden, everything just works out. I don't think that's it. I think that you have some challenges ahead. You see that with these majors, death, devil, okay? The 5 of Pentacles basically says that it costs more than you expect. Triple Moon Goddess, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. It costs a little more. There are some unexpected expenditure. There's some things waiting on you that you just weren't quite prepared for. That 5 of Pentacles says, ouch. a little bit of the ouch, the devil as well. There's some factors that sort of interrupt our move, or there's some things that we try to do that just didn't work out at the end of the day. Overall, Six of Wands is, I mean, that's a nice deal. That's a nice deal, but be perfectly aware that this does not go perfectly smooth. This is not the freebie, okay? You have the debt. This is a big change. Movement to another state, a lot of different things happening. Moving is a pain. Changing your address is a pain. All of this stuff is a pain. Tess, thank you for your donation. But overall, expect to have some pain points within the process. Is it a good idea overall? Can you make it through? I mean, I'm just saying the Six of Wands says yes. Six of Wands says yes. So I think it's a good idea, but you just got to be prepared to pay the price. That's kind of what you were thinking at this point. Be prepared to pay the price. Let's see, Val Mary, who's coming towards me in love? Is it a good guy? Val Mary, I hope you get the best guy. I hope you get the good one. Hope you get the amazing, the fantastic one. That's what you need. At the end of the day, we need somebody decent. You don't need the asshole. You need somebody half decent. What will you get if who is coming? What is happening? Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. You are looking at something that is going to be short term, right? Anything that ends in the Three of Swords, spoiler alert, anything that ends in the Three of Swords definitely says this is going to be a short term relationship. Two of Pentacles, we have choices to make. We have things to do. A lot of people are available for this. We have a lot of activity. We have a lot of maybe possibilities with that. Two of Pentacles, we have to make the correct choice. And choices is not the problem. The problem is finding the right match. And that's sort of been the problem all along. You know what I mean? The Two of Pentacles, finding the right match. It's just difficult because people aren't who they say they are. People are a little bit different than what they appear. And all of a sudden, you find out what's actually going on, right? That's sort of with that. The Page of Pentacles sort of said so, that instability that is there. You have a little bit of the instability that you don't really want, right? It starts out unstable, and then we get a little bit of a breakup, a little bit of the after effects, and but it is all about choices, choosing the right person. That's basically what is coming for you in love. It's a decent guy. It is, but it is a short-term relationship, so just be aware of that. Anyway, Miss Tilly wants to, will I become business successful? Hopefully, Miss Tilly, become business successful and make all of the fat cash. All of the fat cash needs to just flow into Miss Tilly's hands right now. Every bit of the fat cash needs to just come in and get it done.
Let's use my panda deck.
Okay, we use your panda deck. All right, so there we go. So we're going to use the panda deck tonight. There you go.
Wait, hang on.
It's the only card that I didn't want to see. Val Mary, I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. That is how it goes sometimes. Okay, this is the Way of the Panda Tarot, by the way. We got a 4K flip through coming. Eventually, we're going to do that today, I thought, but we had to run around and find your phone and everything else. So, yeah, well, there you go. All right. Way of the Panda. Will the business be successful? Will it become successful? Page of Pentacles. Nice start. The Hanged Man and the Nine of Pentacles. That's a thumbs up, KD. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. I'm just saying, that is a thumbs up. I like it. I like it a lot. With the cute little pandas and whatnot. Hanged Panda. Okay? You're looking at the business going a little bit differently than what you would expect. All of a sudden, the business feels like it's a little different. The business feels like it's a little more dynamic, or you need to change some things. You need to alter some. That's what the Hanged Man says, right? We need to alter some things to make this work. And that's the thing in our mind, maybe. It works in our mind. We're all excited about it. And then all of a sudden, we need to modify quite a bit for it to work 100%. That's kind of where the Page of Pentacles says. Business starts out a little bit slow. We're not exactly in that mode of, going full steam with all of that. You're not going to mix those up, are you?
Why not?
Because I wanted to do a 4K flip through?
It's okay. We'll put it back together.
But that means me put it back together.
I'll put it back together.
Okay. All right. But the Page of Pentacles says, yeah, business starts out a bit slow, a little on the slow end. Overall, Nine of Pentacles, yes, it is successful. It is something. I mean, it is something that is going to be there. It is going to be there. You just have to be able to be dynamic and be able to modify it at the last second in order for that to work long term. All right. Yeah, let's find out about that. Let's see. All right, give me 2 seconds to fix an issue on the stream, and we can figure out how to do that. And
Who is that?
Who cares? All right. Now, let's go to the next raid. We're going to YouTube user going in. Does N think I moved a category? If he does, how does he feel about that? Let's find out about that. We'll use the same deck that we just used a minute ago, which is going to be the Celtic or Celtic Tarot. There you go. The Universal Celtic, the Universal Celtic Tarot, something like that. YouTube user, do they think that you're moving around? Do they think that you're moving around? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, and the Lovers. Oh, man. I mean, they still feel connected to you. They still feel like things could work out. Things could be in that mode of, yeah, maybe that functions okay. Maybe that works well. But I don't really think it does. I don't really think it does at all. 10 of Pentacles, right? A little bit of a high hopes, but overall, maybe not reality. Maybe not reality. Did they think that you moved? I don't really think so. 5 of Wands, so they're still conflicted. They have a lot of things happening. You know what I mean? And they gotta fix that. They got to fix that at the end of the day. The 5 of Wands says there's some conflict within there. We see that as well, right? Overall, the Lovers, I think there's some chances for this to go. There's some chances for this to go through and be all right. Anyway, I would say no. I don't think they moved. You moved anywhere. I don't really think that they're sort of stalking you. I don't think they're sort of stalking you at the moment, hitting up on our TO. Yeah, not really available. All right, Curly Cookie. Let's find out. When will Blake and I make a commitment to each other? There you go. Career and money also correct. Curly Cookie, thank you for the double shot read. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see what if Curly Cookie, I'm going to go with one of the best decks I have for just your reading, for just raw reads, raw accuracy. I'm just saying, in my opinion, this deck makes the grade. It is the Gregory Scott Tarot. It is how it goes. It smells like a spaghetti dinner. It smells like a spaghetti dinner. Mary, you are next. I got it. I got your donation. Thank you for so much. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see how that is going to go. All right. Well, when will Blake make the commitment to each other? 9 of Pentacles is nice. That is nice indeed. It is nice indeed. I like it. 9 of Pentacles, the Emperor, 2 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. There is a bit of a wavering in the commitment. I mean, this is a level of commitment that we start with and then it slows down. So it's like that all of a sudden you're like, yeah, let's make a commitment. But then it's where you sort of back off and ease up in that a little bit, right? You back off and ease up. So it doesn't like go full steam. Okay. The traditional thing is going to be I made a commitment and then I stuck with it. Or I made a commitment and then I gradually moved into the next realm or I gradually moved into the next thing, right? The 9 of Pentacles, the commitment is there. We're making it in. Emperor, right? It's almost like that Blake takes charge of this and does a very good job of it at first. And then things kind of waver back. Then things kind of waver in. 2 of Pentacles, it feels like the commitment just isn't going in the same direction. But yeah, you do make a commitment, but it sort of backs off for a little bit. Be prepared for that, right? 5 of Cups. A little bit disappointing that we're not moving at the speed that we'd like. A little bit disappointing that we're not moving at the rate that we really kind of wanted to move with that. So that's kind of important, right? You got to figure out that that's kind of important and just sort of, just sort of be prepared for that, for the commitment side. But of course, entertainment purposes only. Never make a commitment based upon a fat man reading your cards on the internet. Where you see my career and money going, Carly Cookie. Let's find out for the second part of the double shot. Thank you again. I appreciate that. Lord, it's been a year. He always jumps in when he's ready. Yeah. Some people do that. Some people have that commitment and then they back out of it. And another commitment, then they back out of it. And you're like, man, are we going on the cruise or not? You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes you just never know how that commitment's going to work out. All right. Let's see, career and money in the next year. If you're looking at Death, Magician, and the Knight of Wands, I think that you have different aspects, you have different opportunities in your career than what you think. And I said that, and I says that, okay? You got to sort of take this as on a face value. The Knight of Wands into the 3 of Swords. This is something where we're pushing forward. We're trying to get it. We're getting that initiative going. We're getting that excitement going. And then all of a sudden, we're sort of backing off a little bit, right? The Three of Wands. I don't think what your career, what you're chasing as far as a career, is kind of where you're going to be at the end of the year. I think there's some big changes coming out for the career goes, right? Death being the last card. I talk about it in my book, link in the description. Death says that there is something big and dynamic and changing within the aspect of your career. Okay? You need to be prepared for that. The good news, Curly Cookie, is you got the magician, the master of all the tools, the master of everything. It feels like this is the person that coordinates it. This is the person that gets things done, right? And that's you. That's why I'm saying your career takes a change. I think you're in a place where you could be dead-ended. I think you're in a place where you could not get all the rewards that you need at the end of the day. And so you're ready to make a switch. You're ready to make a swap. You're ready to make some changes. I think the Three of Swords sort of says that. We're a little bit disappointed with where it's going, where it's headed. And at the end of the day, you know, we're willing to make a change. We're willing to do the right thing. I think that's going to be basically where you are at for making a change in the next year. Now, money. I think you do come into more money after you make a change. I think that really sort of gets you the kickstart that you're looking for. And I think the kickstart is going to be, you know, basically where you need to be at the end of the day. All right. What advice from the spirit guides? Mary wants to know. Val, Mary, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. Let's use the Tarot of the Divine. One of my absolute favorites. The Tarot of the Divine is just a magical deck. A magical deck indeed. Tio, got any salad bread? Yeah, I did have a salad today, and it came with bread. Nobody stole the salad bread today. So I'm just saying, nobody ate my salad bread. I got it. It was successful. I did enjoy some bread today. I just want to say a big thumbs up to everybody who supported my bread habit. I love you all. I love every single one of you. Okay. Spirit guide advice from them. Nine of Cups, Knight of Wands, Queen of Coins, and the Hangman. Hangman's kind of the oddball out. I'm not going to say Hangman is a little bit of the oddball out there. Nine of Wands and the Queen of Coins and the Nine of Cups. Spirit guide, let's go through this. Nine of Cups. It is about emotional choices now. It is about emotional choices and what to do with those, where to concentrate that out, where to sort of focus our choices as it goes. Because the Nine of Cups says that we do have a lot of choices to make. Now, the Nine of Cups is in the traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite, with all the cups lined up to where it's almost like we're throwing a party or we're trying to find something, right? The Nine of Cups says there are a lot of emotional choices for you to make. And I think that's probably maybe with also just sort of family life or sort of relationships in general. There are choices to make. You need to be careful about how you choose and what you do. The Knight of Wands says pursuing something is going to be important to you, and you don't want to be wasting your time. You don't want to be in a situation where you're just wasting your time. And I think that's what you could get into with the emotional choices that you are being presented. That's basically it. Queen of Coins is a excellent business person. Right now, it is about focusing on your goals. Where are your goals? What are they going to be? And how can they be rounded up? How can they be done better? And I think that's where you're looking at work smarter, not harder at the same time, right? The Queen of Coins. I think you need to be focusing on how can I do things more efficiently, better, and at the end of the day, be a little bit more productive as far as not only a spiritual journey, but, sort of work in general on how you're approaching life. So that is where it is at. Libra, welcome, Coyote Budman. It's been a minute. It has been a long time. It has been a while. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Hanged Man overall says, look spiritually in a different direction. I think where you're pursuing, where you're going, where you're focused may not work. You want to reevaluate things and not just set your goals way far out and never sort of fix it, right? You want to readjust that path. You want to make sure that you're staying in the middle of the road rather than sort of veering off into the grass. That's basically what it's saying as far as a spiritual journey goes. There you go. All right. Now the next question is going to be Mo Doc. Anything new coming my way? Mo Doc, let's find out. Who is going on, or no, what is going on, or maybe who is going on? I don't know. I think Mo Doc is going to be this deck right here. If you don't know what this is, where have you been? I hyped about it literally forever. I'm just saying. Christina, welcome to the stream. Well, she was right behind me a minute ago. I'm saying welcome to the stream, but welcome to the stream anyway. All right. Anything new headed this direction? Let's see what kind of thing we got going on. Poor us. Indeed. All right. Bumbleberry Hollows deck. Moon. Interesting. The moon. You kind of got to see what's next to the moon to sort of read the moon. Hermit. Oh, two sort of nighttime cards. Two nighttime cards. You got the world at the end of the Ace of Cups. Well, I mean, it feels like maybe a new relationship, maybe something emotionally that's going to be a little bit different for us sort of coming in at the end of the day. This is interesting. Indeed. Moon is a good card. Next to the Hermit, you have two nighttime cards. That's kind of weird. That is kind of weird. I would say actually in the next month, you're going to meet somebody new. I think you're going to meet somebody that's going to be very interesting indeed. This person is a water sign, and they are going to have that watery sign type feel with them. The Hermit, they have not been maybe in a relationship in quite some time, very sort of alone, very accustomed to what they do, right? They have their own habits. They have their own things that they do, the things that they pursue, and all of that other stuff. How long is the list? It's about 5. It's not bad. You're looking at a list there. We're here, and we're going down through here. All right. But I'm just saying, it feels like this person hasn't been out in a while. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Ace of Cups, again, a new opportunity, a new thing. And that's what you want. You want some new emotion, something that's going to spark your interest, make it kind of fun, make it kind of dynamic. That's what you need. I think that's what you need. I think you're kind of bored over there, Mo Doc. You're just kind of bored. You're just settled in. You in your old habits. They're in their habits. You're going to have to blend these some way. Sometimes that is difficult. The world says overall, this is something fun. This is something fun, different, and unusual. You're definitely going to avoid it indeed, or you're definitely going to enjoy it, not avoid. You're definitely going to enjoy it indeed. Just be prepared for a little bit of the water sign action as it goes. What was that deck? Everybody wants to know. Okay, it's a Bumbleberry's Hollow. The Bumbleberry's Hollow. That's the deck that you need in your life. At the end of the day, if you don't have that deck, you're really missing out. I mean, I'll be honest with y'all. Y'all really missing out at that point. All right. Maria. Was Carlo who broke up with Valerie his baby mama? Okay, somebody broke up with Valerie, and maybe Valerie's not spilling the beans. I don't know. But you know who knows about, I'm just saying, who knows about Valerie and calling the baby mama? The Forest Creatures Tarot version 1, which apparently is unboxed. And now she said that she's going to put it back in order. So I can do a 4K flip there. I mean, she did say she's going to put it back in order. So we're going to wait on that. We're going to hold our breath on that one and find out how this looks in order. Because I do want to do a flip through of it. It is pretty. I love these decks. I'm just saying. All right. You got the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. Interesting indeed. I mean, was Carlo who broke up? So was this particular individual? You do have a Knight of Cups. It is Mr. Romance. Mr. Romance is bringing in the bad news. All right. Maria had clarified, and she wants to know who broke up with whom. Okay. I think so. I think that it was indeed. So, I mean, there you are. Bringing in the bad news, Mr. Romance, Seven of Swords, sort of makes their way out to the next person, makes their way out. And, at the end of the day, this is not somebody that brings in a lot of good news. Definitely have some challenges with Carla. As it goes. A little bit of the sneaking out, a little bit of the sneaky action in the background. I'm just saying that Mr. Romance coming in and bringing and all of that other stuff. And let's see. What else we got going on next? So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. All right, you said Danny would contact me soon. Will he? Okay, let's see. Danny was going to contact us soon. Let's find out how it goes. Tam Lee, thank you for your Patreon subscription. I appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoyed. By the way, if you're not on Patreon, this Sunday and every Sunday, I am going to teach you tarot for an hour. You get to come on a private stream and I will teach you tarot. I have a lesson plan. I have handouts. You can ask questions. You can come on with your face and a microphone and you can participate and ask questions. You can get clarification on something. You're like the other day, we did this, you did that. Why did you do that? I mean, you can ask these questions in a private thing. It's only available on Patreon every Sunday. All right. Said Danny would contact me soon. Will he? Hierophant, Star, and Death. Yes. I mean, yeah. I think, Tess, you are 2 away. You are 2 away. So, no, you're 1 away. 1 away. All right. The Hierophant, it says this is important to Danny. Danny, this is important to them, right? This is something that they think is critical. This is something that they think is important. Everybody wants to know about the Patreon right now. Look, there's a link. There's a link right there. There is a link right there. If you would like to join the Patreon, there you go. Okay. The Hierophant, they do take this seriously. And that's something that maybe you're not quite prepared for. Maybe this is something that maybe they don't take seriously. I think you have some doubts. I think that you have some doubts. The Star, though, says you and Danny are connected, right? A little bit of that connection, a little bit of the hearts and all this other stuff coming in. I think that you are connected. I think this is something that you have to deal with because overall, Death says that the way things were is not really going to be the way things always will be. You know what I mean? So be prepared for change. Be prepared for something dynamic. Be prepared for something different. Ms. Atili, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate that. But Death says things are going to be different. And that's what you want. I don't think you want the same old, same old. I mean, ecto. I don't think you want that. I think that you want something dynamic, something different, and all of that good stuff as well. So on the Patreon, I may be teaching astrology too. But for now it's tarot. But the Patreon is about to take off. I mean, you're going to spend like hours with me where you can like get on the thing and ask a question. You'd be like, you said this. I want to know how you determine this, or I got this card and this card and this card. And I mean, you're spending private time with me. I mean, it's just me and you. We're just spending private time together. Anyway, Tess has a question they want to know. What does Tess want to know? What is my boss thinking and feeling? He's been acting weird. What the hell's going on with the boss? Why can't they be stable and normal like a normal boss? I don't know. But if I'm going to be your boss, I'm going to be your boss by using this tarot right here, which, by the way, is the Mons Tarot. Okay? The Mons Tarot, which is best $5 or $10. It depends on what you want to donate. I mean, if you really like me, if you really love me, I'm just saying. But yeah, you can donate whatever. You can donate whatever. There's no restrictions on that. You also get 30 hours. You get 30 hours of drawing instructions. And I mean, like, very good drawing instructions. So you can make realistic pets, sell them in your local Facebook market and make some extra cash on the side. I'm just saying. All right. What does my boss think? He's been acting weird. What the hell's the boss? Why can't it be normal? He's leaving. He's freaking leaving. He's looking at leaving. This is pretty bad. I mean, okay, not bad. I mean, this is one of those reads where it's like slap us across the face obvious. Okay? Slap us across that face obvious. The Chariot is the first card. Tess, you've been here. You know what the Chariot is movement. The Chariot is going forward. The Chariot is getting the hell out of there. Okay? Getting the hell out of there. And you have 2 aces too. This is insane. You have 2 aces happening, 2 aces going on. It feels like they're in for something different, something new. They're not happy where they're at. High Priestess, they need to keep it quiet. Shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. You need to keep it quiet. High priestess, don't Tess, don't tell nobody, Tess. Tess, you got to keep it a secret. Keep it a secret. Tess, I'm asking you. I'm begging you. The high priestess is all about keeping secrets. It's all about the knowledge and the information. Aces, I want some new opportunities, new things in the chat. I'm get the hell out of there. That's why they're acting weird. That's why they're acting oddball. Indeed, they're ready to go. They're ready to go. They're trying to find something. They need to get out of there. Yeah, the kitten. The kitten's very cute. I like the kitten. We may have a kitten camera. We may have a kitten camera soon. I'm trying to organize this and get it done. But, you know, that's the way it does. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get everything organized because I'm not very organized. Christina can tell you I'm not very organized. Okay. Let's see. KD donated for another one. KD said question below. Mary Clark wants to know who broke up with whom. Okay, sounds good. Let's see. Thank you for us. Don't think we're stress and anxiety. A bit stressed. I always miss it. There you go. If I don't take the job, how long will it be until I move? There we go. How long will it be until I move if I don't take this job? We're going to go, okay, we'll do Tarot in Wonderland. You know I love that. You know I love that, KD. You know I love that, KD, indeed. I'm just saying. Well, Tess, if you need a promotion, you need to get it pretty quick. Okay. It does make me a membership here. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, the Patreon is here. The Patreon is not a membership. It is right here. So if you want to do the Patreon, go over there and get it done. We have a new Patreon member coming in with Tam. Thank you, Tam. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. I'd like to know basically how long will it be until I move. If you're looking for a time frame, strength, lovers, ooh, majors. Is this something you're ready to do? I mean, it is something that you're ready to do or something like that. But yeah, a 7 of Cups is kind of unusual here. I got to say, I would go, you got 8, you got 6, and you got a 7. I'm going to go with the middle ground. I'm going to go with 7. Either 7 weeks or 7, maybe I would say 7 weeks, maybe. You're definitely coming up with the number 7, right? We got, okay, we got an 8, we got a 6, and we got a 7. You know, master it all out. I think we're kind of looking at a 7, quite frankly. Strength says be prepared. This is something you need to prepare for. Moving is going to be stressful without any preparation, definitely. A lover says finding the place that you want to move to is going to be important. You don't want to just randomly sort of go through and hope for the best. I don't think that's you. I don't think that's you. So, you know, I think it'll be all right. Overall, I would go with 7. I think 7 is going to be the magical number for you indeed. Okay. Let's go to the next. What else do we got? What else do we got? Let's find out. Let's find out indeed. Val Mary, does the ex-Sag have feeling towards me and plan to do something about our current huge distance, no communication, and a Sag? All right. 2 Sages together? I mean, that is interesting. I mean, I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but we can give it a shot. I mean, we'll throw in the Dark Mansion. That is it. I'm just saying. Montgomery Mini, thank you for being a member for 2 months. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. So much. Okay. Let's see. We're trying to get 2 Sages together. Will that be possible? Because sometimes that may be challenging. I mean, I'm not going to just say it globally, but sometimes that may be a little bit challenging. But at the end of the day, hey, I mean, anything can work, right? Anything can work. Sweet. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Good to see you. Appreciate that. Should be reading tarot, grammar, myself. Okay. I'm going to go with this. Do they plan to do something? There's no communication and there's a huge distance. Are you going to fix it? 10 of Wands says that they realize this. This is not something that they're just completely ignoring. They realize this. This is something that is pretty obvious. 10 of Wands, it's something that is sort of a cloud hovering over everything. It is something that both parties need to kind of be, need to kind of be aware of at the end of the day. Six of Wands, you can make it work. Are they going to do something? Do they have feelings for me? Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups says, yeah, they do. But it's in that level of how much do I want to dedicate, right? How much do I want to dedicate to this? How much do I want to sort of go forward? How much do I want to put the effort into this to make this successful? And I think a lot of times they're just like, I'm not willing to make a lot of effort, but I'm willing to make some effort in there. So that's kind of one of those things. The huge distance is obvious. The no communication is obvious. Again, the feelings are wavering. The feelings aren't 100%. So if you're looking for something for them to make just this big dynamic thing happen, it's just going to take them a while to do that. This is not on the priority list. This is not something that they want to embrace immediately. Queen of Cups, though, says it's sort of more of an emotional thing for you. You know what I mean? You feel like that, yeah, I need to do something. I need to get things fixed up emotionally. And a lot of times that's difficult to do. It is difficult to do indeed. But, I mean, they do have some feelings, not enough that they're willing to do anything drastic and big at the point. You know what I mean? Anyway, Crystal's joining at the 1st of September. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. All right. Is Jesse my soulmate? Will we have a future together? Sweet. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Okay. By the way, we have a queue that's actually short tonight. We're here. Christina, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Zilbisco Lebowski, up to no good. Crystals and Pain, thank you for your donation as well. Look at this. Coming in, we're down to the last couple of donos. Looking good tonight, my friends. Looking good tonight. Thank you, everybody, for your big support over here. I appreciate you. Okay. Is S our soulmate, and can we have a future? Miss Teely, you need a soulmate. I mean, if there's one person in chat that needs a soulmate, it's Miss Teely. You just need a soulmate. The Labanco Tarot, if you're going to have a soulmate, that's going to tell you who it is. That's going to tell you what it is. I mean, the Labanco Tarot gets the stuff done. Okay? If I can find the button. There it is. I found the button. All right. Is Jesse, or do we have a future together? Is Jesse cute? I'm just asking. I'm not hitting on Jesse. I'm just asking a question. Is Jesse cute? I mean, you know, it always helps. Okay. Are they a soulmate? King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. This is more, this is more something that's casual. This is more something that makes sense. This is more something that just naturally works. It's I talked about some things just aren't a freebie. Jesse is kind of a freebie. I think Jesse is kind of a freebie. In other words, I don't have to put a lot of work into it. I don't have to put a lot of energy, a lot of effort. It just works out. It just happens. It's naturally there. Eight of Swords says, trying to drag this into the next realm is challenging sometimes. It really is. I think the love is there. The King of Cups is the love. It is there. We have the love connection that just works. All right. And that Eight of Swords, though, it says how we're going to go, how we're going to expand this, how we're going to move into the next thing. It gets dragged on. It drags. It's not something that just, but it comes naturally, and it feels like it comes naturally. It just something you have to sort of be patient with. 4 years, well, that's very patient. But yeah, it's something that you need to be sort of patient with and let it slide. Knight of Pentacles says the future together, no matter what the type of the future is, looks good. It looks good. The Knight of Pentacles is proud of what they have. They're proud of what they earn. They're proud of where they're at. And at the end of the day, that's kind of where you want to be. You don't want to be in a weird situation to where you're just not enthusiastic about it anymore. And I think this is something you can be enthusiastic about. So yeah, the love is there. Everything is there. Soulmate, I just don't see any soulmate cards. But the love, the passion, everything, the connection is there. Energy update on my eye candy, please. Oh, let's find out about that. If I'm going to have eye candy, I mean, I'd use the Art Tarot, but we just use it. Super Linares? Superlinaris, my guy? I mean, my friends, Superlinaris? Is that going to be it? Is that going to be something that works for eye candy? I think so. I think sweet. Let's find out an update on your eye candy and you know, and just do it and see how it goes. Okay. Speaking of eye candy, all right. Let's see how this goes. Energy update. I would say the Two of Pentacles into the Queen of Swords, a little bit of the upset of that 8 and whatnot, and the Page of Cups over there. I would say the eye candy is eye candy. It feels like the eye candy is just eye candy. The Page of Cups. Don't go heisting that whole thing. Things just aren't the eye candy. Sometimes the eye candy is just eye candy. You got to be prepared for that. A lot of times it just isn't the way that you want it to go. Queen of Swords says there are some decisions to be made. You know, you got the Two of Pentacles into the Queen of Swords into the 8. It feels like there's a lot of bad decisions that are waiting on the sidelines. A lot of bad decisions that can be made. A lot of things that you want to do that can't be done. Or a lot of expectations that you want to manifest that can't be manifested. I mean, overall, it just feels kind of challenging sometimes. But be aware that the eye candy is indeed eye candy. And how you're going to pursue, how you're going to go with it. The Page of Cups says it may not be on the realm that you kind of want to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, a heist away on that one. Yeah, that 8. That 8 says the eye candy may be, the possibilities may not be is what you need. Basically, that's it, right? The possibilities may not be what you need. You may be left with a little bit of an empty cup as it goes. The Page of Cups. Anyway, look at the back. Yeah, the back on that is quite cute. It is nice indeed. You want to lick it. I mean, seems extreme. I mean, depends on what you're talking about when you say you want to lick it. I mean, I don't know. All right. Christina wants to know, speaking of which, the Big Lebowski up to no good. I'm just saying, is the Big Lebowski up to no good? I don't know. Are you talking about the mailman? You don't know. All right. She doesn't know who the Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski. I think everybody knows who the Big Lebowski is. Well, the mailman, the Big Lebowski. Okay, is the Big Lebowski up to no good? Let's find out. The dude. I mean, it's the dude. So, is the dude up to no good? The whole movie, he really, he tried to be, but he never really succeeded at that. It never really got that next level as it goes. All right, the Big Lebowski. I'm gonna say, yeah. I mean, we have ruin over here. We have the 10 of Swords. Things are breaking apart. Things are not working. Things are not at the level that, things are not at the level that they need to be. And that Queen of Cups seems the Big Lebowski is not where they need to be either. Hanged Man, the Big Lebowski, is just cutting things up. The Big Lebowski is just destroying things. We have things, and they're taking the action based upon disappointment. There's something disappointment that happened that maybe happened to the Big Lebowski. Something disappointing, something where like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. And so the Hanged Man occurred, and their mind changes, and their influence changed, and where they were going changed, and ruin took place. It enveloped them. It consumed them on a level of unknown quantities. And the Queen of Cups, they need to express this emotion. They just need to express this emotion at this time. So yeah, ruin, Hanged Man, a little bit of the disappointment coming in. It seems that their actions, their reactions are not exactly what you want at the end of the day. By the way, we're ending soon the last reading of the night. Crystals and Paint. Are they about to close the museum to the public? Let's find out. Crystal, I want to see if they're going to close that museum because I don't know. He's up to no good and Karma's going to kick his ass. It could be. That could be. Oh, they're going to close it. Are they going to close it? I'm going to say temporarily, but not permanently. Temporarily, but not permanently, right? The Ace of Cups, the passion is still there. The passion lives. The passion is real. And at the end of the day, we're going to have to close temporarily. We're going to have to shut it down over here. We're going to have to delay things. We're going to have to close. But we still have the passion. We still have the funding. We still have the money to make it survive at the end of the day. But this is not something we want to do, but we have to close it. We have to close it. For good? For good? No. But I think that they do have to shut the doors, right? Not something they want to do. They have the passion with it, but they are going to have to shut the doors temporarily, a little bit, maybe. A little bit, maybe. We have that delay. We have that wait time that we're going to have to do before we open. We're closed in. So I'm going to say yes, temporarily. Basically, that is it. And that's the end of the stream. We are here every night. We are here every night. So come back and see me tomorrow. I appreciate everybody being here. We'll see you then.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. 'Cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll drown, but what can I do? And it would be alright to let me down. Rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why we try to fight it. Every time that we touch, the room caught on fire.